Welcome to Faith and Freedom. For the next few minutes, we hope to inform, inspire, and encourage you as we discuss the legal victories and challenges to your fundamental freedoms and religious liberties. Faith and Freedom comes to you from Liberty Counsel, a civil liberties, education, and legal defense organization. Join us now as Matt Staver, founder and chairman of Liberty Counsel, explains the latest legal issues all across this country. In the courtrooms of America, Liberty Counsel is winning the battle for your constitutional freedoms.
Personhood Ohio gets the green light to proceed to the Ballot Initiative. I'm Matt Staver, founder and chairman of Liberty Counsel. Joining me is Deryl Edwards, president of Liberty Counsel Action. Deryl, this is a case at the Ohio Supreme Court that Liberty Counsel was involved with on behalf of Personhood Ohio. And this is a situation where the Planned Parenthood affiliate called Healthy Families Ohio filed suit trying to prevent Personhood Ohio from moving forward with its efforts to gather signatures to even get this on the upcoming November ballot. The Ohio Supreme Court sided with our position and Personhood Ohio and dismissed this lawsuit by the Planned Parenthood affiliate, which now means that Personhood Ohio will be able to begin the signature gathering process. They need to gather 385,000 signatures of registered Ohio voters by July 4 in order to get the Personhood Amendment on the ballot in November.
Well, I think this is a critical move, and certainly we encourage anybody in Ohio that would like to see this on the ballot to contact Personhood Ohio, and you can download a petition. I think you have one right there, Matt, that they can download and fill out and get friends and family to sign on to it. That's right. It's the Ohio Personhood Amendment Petition, and it has the language of the Personhood Amendment right there. And this particular matter can be, if you know people in Ohio that are registered voters, or even if you're not in Ohio but you are a registered Ohio voter, you may be residing temporarily someplace else, you can sign this petition. Make sure you get that information to those individuals who are Ohio registered voters. They need 385,000 signatures by the 4th of July. Now, this is a case where Liberty Counsel represents Personhood USA around the country. We've entered into a partnership with Personhood USA, and they have different state branches, Personhood Ohio. They have other places as well, Personhood Mississippi. Liberty Counsel was successful in actually getting the Personhood Amendment on the ballot in Mississippi. We had to take that case all the way to the Mississippi Supreme Court. There, the ACLU and Planned Parenthood filed suit to get that blocked. They didn't want the voters to even vote on it. They did the same thing in Ohio. We've been able to clear the roadblocks both in Mississippi. Now that vote already took place, and in Ohio. And of course in Mississippi, it didn't pass, but it was the first one to be able to go on a statewide basis in Mississippi, and it's going to come back there. They ultimately developed all kinds of misinformation in their campaign to mislead the voters into voting against it. But these will come back, just like William Wilberforce constantly came back with his petitions and with his pleas and with his motions and with his efforts and information. And it took him a long time, but he ultimately was able to abolish slavery. This issue will come back again and again, and that's why we're partnering with Personhood USA to make sure these amendments move forward. Could you explain the legal aspect of personhood, what it means, and also is it true that it ties back into the very arguments of Roe v. Wade back in the early 70s when they said if a person was deemed to be, from the point of conception, you would have no case here? Well, this particular amendment is that it says here the word person in Article 1, Section 16, and men in Article 1, Section 1 apply to every human being at every stage of the biological development of that human being or human organism, including fertilization. It says nothing in this section shall affect genuine contraception that acts solely by preventing the creation of a new human being or human eggs, and so forth. And so this particular amendment is an amendment to the Ohio Constitution that says person and men, anytime that it's used in the Constitution in Ohio, refers to a human being at every stage of biological development from the moment of fertilization. What that is a statement of personhood, that you are a person from the moment you become the sperm and the egg unite, and you have a unique
individual at that moment in time. The only difference between that one small cell and a human being at 10, 20, 40, 76 years old is time. That's the only difference. But the DNA, everything is programmed right there at that moment, and you are a person from that moment of conception. And so that particular Personhood Amendment is designed to recognize the humanity of individuals from the moment of fertilization.
And it seems to be just a common sense approach, but one that's quite devastating to Planned Parenthood and the other pro-abortion groups. And we know that behind it all is money. Planned Parenthood, should this pass in whatever state it is, they stand to lose a lot of money. They already were threatened with losing their funding, $300 million plus, in Congress when a lot of the things came out about them, how they were guiding people wrongly. So I think this is just could be another nail in the coffin of Planned Parenthood.
Well, Planned Parenthood, you go back to its origins with Margaret Sanger. It's always been a euthanasia organization, and it's been very racist. Its origin was to eliminate undesirables, as even Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg said. I think it was probably a slip of the tongue, but she actually said that she always thought abortion was the elimination of undesirables. But that's what Planned Parenthood ultimately was founded upon, the elimination of undesirables. And those undesirables included blacks, Jews, Roman Catholics, and gypsies. And those people who were just deformed or not, quote, normal. She wanted to eliminate those. And if you think about Nazi Germany and Adolf Hitler, he wanted to have this super pure race. Well, that philosophy that Hitler had was the same philosophy that Planned Parenthood's founder, Margaret Sanger, had, to have this pure race and not to have these other undesirable people around. So they ultimately ended up having these abortion clinics. They set them out in various poor neighborhoods and black neighborhoods. Some of the early efforts of the Black Panther movement was not to ultimately become violent or in the civil rights per se, but was to come against the abortion clinics that were appearing and resulting in genocide in the black communities. They resisted some of those abortion clinics, and that was some of the early efforts of the Black Panthers.
Well, I think we should encourage people to get involved in this issue, to look more what Personhood's about. They can go to the website personhoodusa.com to see the national organization, or personhoodohio.org, and to learn more about that. There are video clips. There's a lot of history, talks about personhood, and it mentions news releases. In fact, the one here from March 22nd, victory at Supreme Court for Personhood Ohio, the very one you talked about in that case.
That's right. You can go to Liberty Counsel's website, lc.org, and stand with Liberty Counsel, both in your prayers and financial support. Without your prayers, obviously, we believe this is a spiritual battle. We would not be able to continue to have these kinds of victories. And without your financial support, we wouldn't be able to have the resources to be able to show up and even write the briefs and make these arguments. So both of those are critically important. I believe in our lifetime we will see Roe versus Wade overturned. I believe that we will see a sanctity of life culture returned to America. That's what we are fighting for. I know that's what you are praying for, and we need to fight, and we need to continue to press forward. This is a great effort in Ohio, but it's not just Ohio. We're doing this in other places as well. We'll talk in future days about a case in Oklahoma where Liberty Counsel now will ultimately represent the personhood movement in that state as well. And there may be a personhood amendment coming to your state.
Yeah, and I think there's even a move to have a personhood amendment to the U.S. Constitution, is there not? A national movement. That may be down the road a bit, but it's certainly they're breaking ground for that now. That's right.
That's right. And so we're very pleased to partner with Personhood USA because of their efforts to move forward and advance the protections of children, of human beings from the moment of conception. The Declaration of Independence says that we are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, among which are life. The right to life is the right of all rights. Without the right to life, there are no other rights. Property rights, religious freedom, it's all secondary. It's illusory to a corpse. You begin with the right to life. And if you don't get that right, you're probably not going to get anything else right. Go to Liberty Counsel's website, lc.org, and you can read the press release there on Personhood Ohio. You can also go to the Personhood USA website or go to our website for more information. And make sure that if you're in Ohio or you know somebody who is a registered voter in Ohio, that they sign the Personhood Ohio signature petition, 385,000 needed by July the 4th. Also go to our website at lc.org and order some of the resources, both brochures as well as books. We have many of them available for you. The book by David Barton, Original Intent, it's a great book. I encourage you to buy that book and to read it and to share it with your friends. It talks about the founding of this country and the original vision of our founders. At our website, lc.org, sign up for The Awakening 2012. That's The Awakening 2012. April 20 and 21 in Orlando, Florida. You don't want to miss that. Over 60 national religious and political leaders are coming there for April 20 and 21 at The Awakening 2012. Go to lc.org for more information.
You have been listening to Matt Staver of Liberty Counsel. We hope that we have motivated you to stand up for your faith, family, and freedoms. We can accomplish a lot when we work together. Get informed and get involved today. Sign up for our free monthly newsletter, The Liberator. We will send it out to you free of charge. Stay informed with our Liberty Alert email updates. Just click on the website at www.lc.org or call us at 1-800-671-1776. Tune in next time to learn more about your rights right here on Faith and Freedom.